matter. Exposed above ground for all to see, your marker says a lot about you even as you decompose. It wasn't always so. Early markers were simple wooden crosses, the cross being a sign of death even before it was a Christian symbol. The individual stone marker placed over a grave is a recent development, only about 300 years old. But the method of making stone markers hasn't changed much over the centuries. A hammer and chisel were the tools required. In 18th century America, gravestones made of granite depicted familiar images of death.
There are symbols that at certain times in history reflect the things that are important to people during that time period. If you go back to the earliest cemeteries in the United States, those that are found in colonial New England, and especially those from the Puritan period, you find a dense concentration of mortality symbols.
Today, grave markers have become more expressive of the individual. At Quering Monument Company in Seattle, Washington, they make 18,000 monuments a year, many of them custom designs. Such production would not be possible without the computer.
The computer gives us a lot of choices. In other words, cut more intricate, more detailed designs with more variety. And as we get more unique in our hobbies, in our vocations, in our lives, why we require more unique and specialized ways to memorialize.
Consider a Datsun 280Z depicted in granite. One of the many images of work and play graphic artists add to grave markers. Designs go to a computer-controlled electric plotter that scores the design into a rubber stencil. A technician glues the stencil to the stone. Then the marker is placed in a protective enclosure and sandblasted. The sand, made of a synthetic substance called zirconia, which rivals a diamond for durability, removes unwanted areas, while the rubber sheet protects the polished stone beneath. When the final bits of rubber are peeled away, the finished design emerges.
You know, my father, when he started in the business in 1925 working for his uncle, he started as a chisel sharpener. When they were working on marble, those guys could use a chisel about every 10 minutes. Now we can use dry diamond wheels to cut granite, to polish it. All that equipment now is computerized, and while it's very expensive, the cost per square foot to polish is lower than it's ever been.
A statue that may have taken a year to complete with the old tools can go from sketch to cemetery in 3 months.